So we're going to now carry out a reverse manoeuvre. First of all, check your mirrors and your blind spots. When you're ready, release the park brake, rolling forward. It's very important to keep the speed very low. As you come past the B cone on the left now, I'm going to move slightly over to the left, keeping an eye on making sure I don't go too far over. And now I'm going to straighten the vehicle up. And I'm aiming for the two A cones at the top of the grid. Nice and slowly towards them. And now as the cones disappear into the blind spot, I'm going to go to my proximity mirror on the front of the truck, and I'm looking to make sure that the front of the truck just literally meets the cones. Secure the vehicle into neutral, park brake on into neutral, and then we're going to start the reverse manoeuvre for me. It's very important to get that position so that you've got some space on the right hand side of the vehicle, so that we don't go near that yellow line. If our tyre goes over the yellow line, then unfortunately it's us failing our test. So the body line can go over, but just not the tyre. So into reverse, I want the trailer to come to my left, so I'm going to give one full steer to the right, and the trailer will kick it out. One steer to the right, trailer's going over, and then at this point, there's a marker on the trailer, hit the marker. As soon as I see the marker, steer back to the left, and the yellow line will come up. And this is where you have to be careful not to go over that yellow line. And then once we're at this position, I can now see down the right hand side, I can see my right hand mirror, the B cone. So the trailer and the unit is in straight line. The B cone is clear on the right hand side. My steering is neutral. At this point I can carry on my manoeuvre. Just minorly adjusting the steering, just to keep an eye on that B cone, keep it back, push the trailer over the yellow line with the numbers on it. And I'm looking back at the right, in the right mirror there, using both mirrors, but what I'm looking for is the garage at the back where the trailer needs to be parked. At that point, I'll put a little touch of left steer, where the trailer now will come to my right. And then I'll just adjust the steering and start to take that steering off now, to gently start to straighten the vehicle up as it's now going into the garage, using both mirrors, keeping an eye on the B cone. We don't want to touch any of the cones. All the way back into the garage, nice and steady, both mirrors, keeping an eye out for the trailer and its position, straighten it up. It's in the garage now. All we have to do now is push it back. Now this is where some trailers will have marks on the trailer. Some trainers may use the numbers on the right hand side. And at this point, when we've checked our position, I'm using the right hand shoulder and the numbers at the back, and there we go. I'm at 17, park brake on, into neutral, engine should be off. 3 points of contact getting down. I'm going to check now the position at the back of the trailer to see if I've gone far enough back. Now, as you can see, the furthest point of the trailer is the rubber bump stops, and they must be over this black line, but not hitting the barrier here. If you hit the barrier, you fail the test, and if you stop short of the line, like I have, then you are allowed to get out once to look at your position and then push it back into position. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to get back into the cab, and I'm going to push the vehicle back into its position. Final time, 3 points of contact. Let's get out, let's have another look at the back of the position of the vehicle. And as you can see, it's a little bit long, but it's not touching the barrier. It's over the black line that we class as a pass.